Before Peter and the Wolf, there's the customary pop quiz we will give you now. As you know, each character in this tale is represented by an instrument of the orchestra. Our first is Madame Flute. Which is, of course, the... I don't know, the fourth graders were better, I can't tell you. And now, Miss Oboe. A tasty morsel known as the... And sneaking in, Dr. Clarinet. Which is the... And a crotchety old fellow back there on the bassoon. Which is, of course, and we need a wolf. Bravo. Very good. Let's see, what else do we need? Our horn section. We need a hunter. Of course, the timpani, and assistant conductor, Mr. Gary Dahl. And finally, the star of our show, Peter, which is the string section. Very good, and I would like to introduce our narrator, Ms. Leanne Campos.
Early one morning, Peter opened the gate and walked out into the big green meadow. The first friend he met was a little bird sitting high up in a big tree. The bird was chirping away happily. All is quiet. All is quiet. Yes, all was quiet. Even the pond was still, because there was not a breath of wind to ruffle it. a duck came waddling around. She lived in Peter's backyard, and she was glad that Peter had forgotten to close the gate, because now she could take a swim in the deep, still pond that was in the middle of the meadow. When the little bird saw the duck, she flew down and sat near her on the grass. "Humph," said the bird. "What kind of bird are you if you can't fly?" "Humph," answered the duck. "I am a Russian duck. We never got flying lessons. What kind of bird are you if you can't swim?" And she dived into the pond. They argued and argued for a long time, the duck swimming backwards and forwards in the pond, the little bird hopping after her along the shore. All of a sudden, something else caught Peter's attention. It was a cat sneaking through the grass. The cat was thinking, the bird is so busy arguing with the duck, I will just grab him when he's not looking. And she slowly crept toward the bird on her velvet paws. "Look out!" yelled Peter to the bird, who immediately flew up into the tree. While the duck swam as fast as she could to the middle of the pond where the cat couldn't touch her, and quacked insults at the cat with all her might. But the cat was more interested in the bird. The cat walked round and round the tree thinking, is it worth it to climb up so high? By the time I get there, the bird will have flown away. While Peter was watching the cat try to make up her mind, he suddenly saw his grandfather standing at the open gate. "How many times have I told you to keep this gate closed?" Grandfather was very angry. "This meadow is a dangerous place," he growled. "Suppose a wolf came out of the forest. What would you do then?" paid no attention to his grandfather because Peter was not afraid of wolves. Nevertheless, grandfather took Peter firmly by the hand, led him home, and locked the gate. No sooner had Peter gone than a big, great gray wolf did come out of the forest. In a flash, the cat scampered up the tree. The duck quacked even louder than before, and in her excitement, she jumped right out of the pond. And no matter how fast the duck tried to waddle away, she couldn't escape the wolf. He was getting nearer and nearer. And whomp, he got her, and in one gulp swallowed her. And now, this is how the situation was. The cat was sitting on one branch of the big tree. And the bird on another branch. Not too close to the cat. And the wolf, still hungry, walked round and round the tree, looking up at them both with greedy eyes. Meanwhile, Peter, who was not frightened by any of this, was standing behind the locked gate and had seen everything that was going on. Suddenly, he had a brilliant idea. He ran home, got a strong rope, and climbed up over the garden wall, pulled himself up on a branch with the rope, and climbed high up in the big tree right above where the wolf was pacing. Peter said to the little bird, "You, fly down and circle around the wolf's nose, but take care that he doesn't catch you." "Aye, aye, sir," chirped the bird, and down she flew. The bird came so close to the wolf's head that she almost brushed it with her wings, while the wolf snapped angrily at her from every direction. How the little bird teased that wolf, and how that wolf wanted to catch that bird. But the bird was quicker, and the wolf couldn't do a thing about it. Peter made a lasso with the rope and slowly let it down. Down and down until he got it right over the wolf's tail and pulled with all his might. The wolf felt his tail caught. He began to thrash about, wild with anger, trying to get free. But Peter tied the other end of the rope to the tree. And the wolf's jumping only made the rope get tighter around his tail. Peter saw some hunters coming out of the woods. They had been following the wolf's trail, and they were shooting as they came. "Don't shoot," shouted Peter. "The bird and I have already caught the wolf. All you have to do is help us take him to the zoo." So, there's the story. And now, just imagine the victory parade. Peter, of course, in the lead. And following Peter, the hunters leading the wolf. Behind them was the cat and Peter's grandfather, who was still grumpy about the whole thing. Suppose Peter had not caught the wolf, what then? bird flew above them all, chirping happily. See what fine fellows Peter and I are. Look what we have caught, a whole wolf. And if you listen very carefully, you can still hear the duck quacking very softly inside the wolf's belly. For the wolf, in all his excitement and hurry, had swallowed her alive.